Hey guys, welcome back on the channel. Today we're talking about the 25th ranked cryptocurrency here on CoinMarketCap, which is Kaspa. If you don't know about it, that's what we are going to cover on today's video. Get you introduced to Kaspa, talk about what it makes it unique and what makes so many people bullish about it. They have a very supportive community, and I think Kaspa is going to be a great one for the upcoming years, for this bull market. They're going to do really good in price, in my opinion. So you can see they have $4.38 billion in market cap. The price is 18 cents, very close to all-time high. Later on in the video, we'll take a better look here at the chart and look at it more closely. But I just want to point out the total supply is currently 24 billion Kaspa. The max supply will be over 28 million, almost 29. But what I want to point out is that they have a cap on the supply, so it's not going to be an inflationary token, which is, in my book, tremendously important to consider the potential of a coin to go up or down in price in the future. So let's cover the things that made Kaspa to stand out above all others. They do have a different type of architecture, the block DAG architecture, which it's not unique. Other coins like IOTA, among others, they do have the same thing, but they do have other things that make it stand out even across the board from all of those other blockchains who do share the same architecture, the block DAG architecture. So by the end of the video, you will be much more well informed and you can make a decision for yourself if you want to buy, if you want to grab a big bag, or if you're going to skip on it. Now, before getting started, you know the drill, like, subscribe, and feel free to use the comment section down below in case you have any questions, or if you want to make some suggestions here for future content that I will upload on the channel, feel free to use that as well, okay? So let's talk about Kaspa. Many people see it being superior to Bitcoin, and theoretically it is, because Kaspa is faster. But not only is it faster right now, but the team behind it is also very, or should I say extremely optimistic that they can even increase the current speed of the network. Now, the biggest difference between Kaspa and Bitcoin and many other blockchains is that, as you can see here on screen with this diagram, they don't work as a blockchain. Instead, the architecture behind Kaspa is of a block DAG inside of a blockchain, and as you can see, this has sort of a spider web look and feel to it instead of a single chain, which you might already understand where this is going, because with the chain it's going to be a slower network. With Kaspa, you don't have to worry about that, and therefore they claim to be the fastest and most scalable instant confirmation transaction layer ever built on a proof of work engine. So proof of work is also a big thumbs up that Kaspa has ongoing for them. It's just the same thing as Bitcoin. They have their miners into place. They're not centralized, meaning there's no central governments that can influence, even maliciously, the outcome of the chain. So you can see that it has been designed to be faithful to the principles Satoshi embedded into Bitcoin. So they're proof of work, no central governance, deflationary, and they also claim to be able to support high block rates while maintaining the level of security offered by the most secure proof of work environments. Well, this is a bit debatable because Kaspa has been around since 2021 and Bitcoin has been around since 2009. So Bitcoin is much more battle tested than Kaspa. So I wouldn't be as confident saying that they are even more safe than Bitcoin, but they can certainly be. Time will tell, but there's no shortage of hacks, exploits happening in crypto. I understand that people behind Kaspa really believe what they're building, but it's one of those things. It needs to be battle tested in order for everyone to be sure. And cryptocurrency, blockchain technology is super early. It's on its infancy stages. So they also claim to solve the trilemma. And the trilemma basically means there needs to be a trade-off, or there will always be a trade-off when it comes to security, scalability, and decentralization. So you can never have three at the same time. If there's two they are strong at, highly likely they will lack on the other. So it's going to be the weak point of a chain. And it can be any of these aspects imbued in the so-called trilemma. Now, this is something that Kaspa has ongoing for them, and for solving that trilemma, they have what they called the ghost DAG. So I'm not gonna go and get geeky and too technical on this. So let's keep it simple, all right? Now, they use ghost DAG, and ghost DAG is a protocol that is applied for their block DAG architecture. And there's other cryptocurrencies that operate with a chain that has a block DAG type of architecture instead of a blockchain type of architecture, but they don't have the ghost DAG protocol implemented, and Kaspa does. So I would argue that they can rise upon that because of the ghost DAG protocol. And this same protocol, ghost DAG, is what allows Kaspa to circumvent the traditional trade-off of blockchains. So this will allow to improve on-block rate by orders of magnitude while maintaining the theoretical security guarantees of Bitcoin. So basically, this is why many people see Kaspa to be superior to Bitcoin. After all, they claim to have built upon the shoulders of giants, so to say. So they improved the areas where they saw Bitcoin to be falling short, and now they claim to have a superior product. And we can see that exact example here on their vision. So they are looking to build a system that surpasses the limits of Satoshi's V1 protocol at the same time that it adheres to the same principles embedded into Bitcoin. So they do recognize the tremendous value of Bitcoin, but at the same time they do recognize that there's limits to it. We can improve on that, and that's what they're building. Now, a really good example of how they see themselves is that they consider themselves to be silver, while Bitcoin is gold. And for that, they go back to ancient times and grab inspiration from the original Aramaic text, where silver is even called Kaspa, hence the name of the blockchain and of the cryptocurrency. And although silver historically has been treated as a less precious metal than gold, it's still more circulative because there's more abundance of it. It's less valuable, but it's more acceptable as a payment because of that. It's easier to come by. So in a nutshell, that's why they call the project Kaspa, since it's the Aramaic word for both silver and money. Now taking a look at the tokenomics. The block DAG architecture allows more mining decentralization and enables effective solo mining even at lower hash rates. It's fair launched in November of 2021. So this is a big deal, guys. This is a huge thumbs up for Kaspa from my side, because since they have a fair launch, it means that there was no initial coin offering, so no ICO, no VC backing, so no one is waiting to dump tokens onto new buyers. That's why it's important to have a no ICO. If you're investing or doing some research about any project, be aware that if there's an initial coin offering, an ICO event to kickstart the project, there's going to be always the risk of that. Someone holding a big bag waiting for a dump on top of someone else later in the future when the price rises. So this is super important because of that. And also with no VC backing means there's no players with big money that can control or push/bully the team into some decisions that might not be the best for the overall wealth and health of the project. Because if that happens, usually these VC backers, they don't want to know if the project is going to succeed or not. For the most part, some might will, but generally speaking, they will be more interested in profiting. And that's going to be counterproductive when you're trying to deliver a product that solves problems such as Kaspa aims to do. So these are two huge deals, in my opinion, that they do play a big role in making Kaspa such an interesting project. Also, every year they have a halving event that cuts the production of Kaspa by half, hence why it's called halving. And here on this little chart, you can see the Kaspa emission schedule, total mined Kaspa versus months into the future. And currently, you can still mine Kaspa because as you can see on screen, on April 13th of 2023, the ASIC era began when a representative of the Ice River company joined the Discord server and presented their product lineup. Now here on CoinMarketCap, you can see right now that Kaspa is very close to an all-time high. It's currently 18 cents at the moment I'm recording the video. The chart, it's an all-time chart and it's tremendously bullish, as you can see. There's been some corrections over time, especially here in the beginning of 2024, around January, December, late December, early January of 2024. But you can see it always came back from that correction, and currently we are in a bull market, so it didn't even took all that long in order to bounce back. So there's a pretty solid floor here. It bounced back again to new all-time high, but right now it's clearly on an upwards trend. And even if it goes back down in price, I don't believe it will fall down below 11-12 cents. I think it's even really hard to fall down below 15 cents with these current market trends. It's trading for the past months in between 10 cents and the all-time high 18-19 cents. So there's still a lot of opportunity to yield farm with it. So if you want to provide liquidity, there's a ton of markets they are deposited on. They have a lot of presence on the big centralized exchanges. So that's also a really big deal when it comes to predicting price appreciation for Kaspa. Looking here at the decentralized exchanges markets, they're only showing the Kaspa coin, where it has the Kaspa coin per se, but I know that Kaspa has been launched with the wrapped version on Binance Smart Chain, on Ethereum, so you can look at that as options to provide liquidity to it. And that is a thing I do quite often here on the channel, videos about providing liquidity and earning passive income through the fees generated when people trade the tokens. So if you want to see a liquidity farming video about Kaspa, leave also your comment down below and I'll make one just for you, presenting the biggest DEXs, the best pools for you to provide liquidity and earn more Kaspa. So they're definitely a top coin right now. After the last Kaspa coin is mined, no more will be ever in circulation, and they do call themselves silver, the digital silver. So the price for digital silver, while not as high as gold, and gold is Bitcoin, it will be also very high. Of course, there's also going to be a lot of competition. Kaspa is not the only coin that calls themselves digital silver. There's others such as Litecoin, for example, a huge player in the crypto scene also. But then it will come to play capitalism, and the money will flow to the best product as always. So guys, let me know what you think about Kaspa. Was something worth mentioning that I didn't touch on today's video? Let me know all your thoughts about Kaspa. I always like to hear what you guys have to say about it. With that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't. Stay safe because you know how crazy crypto can get, and I'll see you on the next one.